Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going over this head-down Glock 21 here. This is actually a Gen 2.5 gun. For those of you guys that don't know what it is, that means it has finger grooves, but no rail on there. So relatively rare gun, at least in the Glock 21 configuration anyway. This one I've had for a long time, at least the original one. Probably going on a decade now. So we've had this one for a long time, and it was beat to crap. Total holster wear. And I wish I had pictures for you guys. But those of you who follow me on social media know that we did have a hard drive recently go down here on the channel. The pictures that I had of it before it was sent in to head down were on that hard drive, so I don't have them. But just picture a really used and abused Glock, and that's what it looked like. The finish had almost no black still left on it. The slide was kind of gouged up, and so I figured what a perfect candidate to send in for some custom refinishing work, which is what Head Down does here. Now, they offer both new pistols, if you will, or new refurbished pistols for one price, and they also have another price if you send it in. So we're going to let you know what goes into these guns when you send them in to get it to look like this coming up next. Getting into the details of the package, I suppose we'll start out up front. You can see that the front sight there is a fiber-optic sight. Now, it doesn't come with the nice wide fiber-optic dot on there like that. If you guys ever want that, just so you know, you can add some heat to it, either with a lighter or something like that, and it will widen it out and give you sort of an excess big dot type of look there. But it comes with a nice fine dot that a lot of precision shooters do like. I prefer it a little bit wider, though. Just a personal preference thing. The rear sight on there comes blacked out, so it's a blacked out rear, and a nice fiber optic sight really draws your eye to that front sight, which is something a lot of folks are going to like, myself included. They do some milling here on the top of the slide, and you can see it takes out a little bit of weight. What that gives you is less reciprocating mass, something people are going to like there in terms of recoil impulse and staying on target. Also, it looks aesthetically pleasing to a lot of folks as well. Now, this is probably my favorite part of the whole package. The checkering they do on the front of the slide here is just awesome. I wish Glock would do this from the factory, both here and on the rear. It's one of the most aggressive and most positively textured serrations or milling, whatever you want to call it, that I've seen on any sort of slides out there. Really like it. Gives you a wonderful purchase on it if you want to do press checks, or if you just want to run the slide from the front, as a lot of people out there do. With the light that we have inside my gun room here, it's probably a little bit hard to see, but there is also the Head Down logo on the top of the slide. And of course, this slide is Cerakoted, both on the outside and on the inside, which you'll see here in a second. Looks really nice overall, and definitely gives it a non-standard Glock look. Something that a lot of people have probably read or experienced personally is the notorious Glock knuckle. Now, what that is basically this part of your finger right here getting aggravated from shooting Glocks for a long period of time, and that has to do with the way the trigger guard is undercut. Personally, it's never really happened to me, so it's not a huge deal, but I know the people that it happens to, it is a huge deal. So we have our head down modified undercut trigger guard here, and that's a factory Glock 21 frame right there. So you can see that's what it comes like from the factory, and then you can see this one here with the undercut. It allows you to get much higher up on the pistol, effectively lowering the bore axis, at least how it feels in your hand anyway, which is something I like, no doubt about it. It feels good to me, and even though I don't get the Glock knuckle, it's still very positive feeling. Additionally, on the frame, it's obviously Cerakote finished as well. Before they do that, they do some stippling on there. They do a good job to stay in the lines, if you will, with the Glock factory stippling. They do it on the rear as well. It's very aggressive. One thing I'm going to tell you, some folks I know don't like aggressive stippling. It's a personal preference thing. I really do like aggressive stippling, as we've talked about in many videos here, so it definitely sticks to your hand. Something I really like, especially when you're shooting a 45 caliber, which, of course, Glocks don't have that much recoil due to the way they're designed, but it definitely makes it stick in your hand a little bit better. You can see on this one here, we have some grip tape on there because I do like the aggressive texturing. On this one, it's certainly not needed at all. Additionally, as part of the package, the factory extended slide lock is put on there. Those folks who like to release a slide with their thumb certainly are going to like that over the factory flush mount slide release from Glock pistols. You'll also notice that all the parts on the interior are polished up to include the locking block, the rails, back here on the cruciform, on the trigger bar, and on the connector. So it definitely smooths it up. Same here on the slide, polished up on the striker release, on the back here on your striker. It gives it a nice smooth pull overall. Now, for those of you guys that want lighter trigger pulls overall, they offer other trigger packages which are additional to the standard package. But if you want it and you really want to soup your trigger up a little bit, they can do that for you. That's what goes into the pistol when you get the standard package. Like I mentioned with the trigger, they have other packages available or sort of upgrades to the package with sights, triggers, other stuff like that, which are certainly available from them. And I'll put a link down below to the website so you guys can check it out and see what all the different details on the packages and stuff that they offer are. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that they do offer guns that you can just purchase from them. So if you don't already have a Glock, you can purchase one from them. I believe they offer Glock 17s, Glock 22s, Glock 19s, and Glock 23s. Now, as of right now, those are all refurbished Glocks. For those of you that don't know much about Head Down, they're right next door to Glock. So I'm guessing they get refurbished ones from them because they're about just a few miles away. And they actually refurbish them, do all the things that you see on this pistol right here, and then sell them. I believe currently those are going for $7.99 if you want to actually just buy the pistol, which really isn't that bad considering what Glocks cost and all the different things that go into these pistols. If you want to send your gun in for the standard package, which is what you see here, I believe it's going for $3.99 as of right now. Of course, all prices are subject to change if you're watching the video in 5 years. But that's what it costs, and they really offer a wide array of colors. You can see we have two-tone here on the sliding frame. You can do it all the same. They have greens, really anything Cerakote makes in terms of colors, they do. So, you know, your imagination can run wild there. But if you guys have any questions about the work they did, about this pistol or anything like that, by all means, you can post below in the comments section. You can also post over at my Facebook page as always. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video.